Testing does create anxiety and stress. Whether studying or not, the very notion of having an upcoming test can make one anxious. The current culture of the standardized test here in this country has increased the weightiness of an exam, especially if their outcomes and future plans hinged upon the results of a test. But right now, there are efforts being made to transition the weight of the test, and one of the ways this is occurring is by having the test or the assessment reflect some of the digitally enhanced curriculum and courses of study, so that the assessment and the course is based and hinged upon and founded upon the use of technology, not just for the learning but also for the assessment. Thus, we bring about the computer adaptive testing mode as a form of assessment technology that is relevant in terms of educational progress. As an educator in the state of Connecticut, the Department of Education in this state is preparing for the new Common Core State Standards, which will require a whole new set of curricular objectives and dimensions of learning for each subject area. As this new test becomes more of a reality and the impending change nears, it seems like it is the ideal time to try more efficient and technologically advanced means to assess student learning. The computer adaptive testing basically is an automated computer-based testing instrument providing questions that automatically adjust in difficulty based on the test taker's responses. This concept is called branching. Basically, the test format operates to identify specific issues and areas of concern that students may have with the material that they are being tested on. Eventually, if the computer adaptive test is able to be an effective means of assessment in terms of a standardized means to check if learning has occurred in a subject area, it could be used on a more regular basis, even in cases of needing a summative assessment tool in one's curriculum, ideally if programmable by the classroom teacher or perhaps by a department, or in some cases where able, the collaborative efforts of teachers in the same grade and subject area. This could be a powerful means in terms of doing assessment more so on the common formative assessment side. This would naturally and perhaps more efficiently direct instruction and show progress at critical junctures throughout the school year. However, this new means of assessment does not come without its difficulties, as one researcher noted that the transition from the paper and pencil test that is the current standard to a computer assessment one is a great and a giant step. It's a formidable move to make in every sense. Additionally, getting the pool of student data that is necessary to establish the norms and the answers or the percentiles for responses is a very challenging task. Also, it will require a lot of data. In most cases, more than 1,000 student responses would be needed to actually provide norms and percentile standards for responses. Also the arduous task of providing computers for students to actually get seat time is a very challenging one as well. Considering the size of the school district or the school, it could be a very time-consuming ordeal. A test of this nature could become an integral part of a unit of instruction for whatever subject that the teacher teaches, and would work in conjunction with the grade level expectations for that subject area. One of the most impacting attributes of this form of assessment is the ability for the test to provide teachers with immediate feedback to inform instruction. The Smarter Balanced Consortium, which is one of the two consortiums that is responsible for the task of implementing the new Common Core state standards. Basically is depending on the feedback, or promotes the fact that the feedback provided from this test will lead to the proper differentiation of instruction for students who demonstrate some sort of a deficit or don't meet the standards for whatever strands or whatever the standards are for that particular subject area. Currently, the NAEP 8th grade mathematics test online is a computer adaptive test, as well as the ASVAB test, the Armed Forces Vocational Test, as well as the COMPASS test, which is administered by the American College Testing Company, as well as the AccuPlacer career test. These are all computer adaptive tests. And in the professional context, the National Council of State Boards of Nursing uses computer adaptive testing to actually score the board exam to determine if a candidate is able to pass the exam to be a certified practicing nurse. This is a very exciting time, and it's definitely interesting to see how this is going to really pan out. Obviously, there's going to be some cost prohibitive factors involved, as a test of this nature does require a lot in terms of a school district or any other large body, which is not that nimble when it comes to technologies, from my experience, to really embrace and make this a reality. But it's an exciting time, and it's interesting to see what will happen as a result of this.